What is up, and welcome back to Unfiltered and Real. I'm your host, Jalen Talvon. Oh my gosh, I missed you guys so much. It's been a month. We've been on hiatus. We've been on break, but we're back now. And I want to say every time I get on this mic, you guys make me feel special. But every time, as we're getting closer and closer to this 100th episode, because now we're 4 episodes away from that, I get more excited and more emotional because I'm so grateful for you guys and so grateful for the journey that I've had along this podcast and how far I've come and the things I've learned and the lessons I've learned. I just don't think there's any way I can do it without any of you guys or anybody who's also come on this podcast, been a part of this podcast. You guys have just all helped shape this podcast into what it is today. So I'm very thankful for you guys. But also, I've lately just been working on perfecting self-love. And now that whole chapter and we went through so many episodes of talking about that, now it's like you're in the aftermath. So now it's perfecting it. So I've just really been living life, and enjoying personal time, enjoying money. I love money, but just stuff like that in that nature, y'all. But let's just jump right into it. We're gonna jump right into Jay Unfiltered. So first up, we got the legacy of Wendy Williams. And the reason why I paused because I wanted to see how I wanted to bring this up. When you're talking about somebody who has impacted what talk show, radio, podcast, Wendy has somehow created a place for all of us to be able to be ourselves and all of us to show our creative side through broadcasting, whichever way that may be. And, a lot has been said about her, and I've been quiet I haven't recorded that much, but also been quiet for the last year and a half, and while we just all watched this play out and stuff like that. And I've really been quiet, and I was like, Jalen, you have to say something. And that's been really hard for me, and that's another thing about learning yourself is that you learn that you don't have to always be quiet because you feel that people are going to judge you or cancel or say this or say that. And it's a lot of things that I wanted to say on this podcast that in the past I've never said it, but I'm just the place where you're not living up to what the title of the podcast is. Unfiltered and Real. You're going to stand by something, stand by it and be on it 110%. Don't switch up. Don't change your morals for anybody because you're not being your true authentic self. If you believe in something and you stand on it to the day you die. And I promise you in that form, you will get exactly what you want, if not more. God will never forsake you. And that's y'all know I like to go to church. But back to Wendy. She has somehow cultivated, this platform. And a lot of people have been talking about, oh, this is karma, this is that. And it has been a whole debate back and forth because everybody feels the need to give their insight on bloggers or podcasters or talk show hosts like The View, a different type of stuff that they go on. And it's our jobs to report on stuff, and then you get upset. But without us, who's talking about you? I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. But at the end of the day, I think everybody has a job and everybody should respect their job. And when I was thinking about Wendy and thinking about everything she's going through, do I think, oh, this is karma? No, because it's her job and she's created a legacy for herself. Her karma is that she became rich while you guys are all doing what? So no, it's not karma. But at the end of the day, she does suffer from some medical things, and I think that's the most important thing, that we need to pray for her, hope that she's getting all the help that she's needed, and that she has a quick and speedy recovery. Let's not forget who kept y'all laughing for so many years, who gave y'all so many one-liners, who was keeping it 100 with people when there was nobody in the game doing that. And y'all want to speak about authenticity, but then when it's put on you, nobody can handle it. And that's why I say, if somebody talks about you, no matter what, it shouldn't matter. If you're true and authentic to yourself, nothing should ever phase you. And I'm not saying that it won't get to you or at times people hit below the belt, but even as hard as it sounds, sometimes you just have to believe in yourself and forget everything else. I don't know where I would be if I constantly thought about, or if I still thought, because I did at one point, still thought or cared about what people thought about my opinions of things. And I don't think I've been that way since like middle school. Like when I went into high school, I dropped that real quick because you're not going to tell me how I should feel about something. And along the way, it gets lost in everybody. I will say that it gets lost in everybody because along the way, you can even get caught up in that. You can even get caught up in, not doing it purposefully, but you can get caught up in that stronghold of being so strong minded on a situation that you corrupt another person or make somebody else feel like their wants aren't important. And I think that's what's important about this whole thing is that you have to believe in yourself, believe in your own legacy, and don't care about anybody else. So, Wendy, I wish you the best of luck and yeah, love. Next up on Jay Unfiltered, we have NBA Youngboy. And NBA has over the last couple of weeks been, talking on a little more than we've seen him in the last couple of years, no lie. But one thing that made me so proud of him and which caused the, introduction to this episode was because you're dealing with a man who in season 1, season 2, season 3, I was talking about I see so much potential in this person. I see what can be done here. It's just all about knowing where you come from, but also knowing where you want to go to. And I think that's the most important thing. But more of the story, just looking at everything and how he's preaching, all this peace and stuff like that. I'm 100% with you. Like, come on, let's give him a round of applause, everybody. But I think it's important for us to remember that growth takes time. And for him to get here is a story. And he went through some things, and his story may have played out in front of all of us, and he may have had to go through all of that in front of all of us. But also look where he's at today. The smile I see, the joy I see in him when I'm looking at, these Instagram lives or, just reading his tweets, it's just like, yo, you found happiness within yourself and within your situation, and nothing else can beat that. And I think that's the most important thing. So, NBA Youngboy, I really want to congratulate you. And I'm just so proud because I just remembered when I was saying, I just wish he can, he can understand that his life, his career is so monumental because sometimes we step in roles and we don't understand the role that we stepped in. And sometimes you have to work your way through, but he did. And, this isn't the end of his story by any means. He still has so much more. And what are we going to see from him next? That's the thing, young boy. I want to see what you're going to offer me next. Like, what are you like? I feel like we know you're a rapper. We know you're a very talented rapper, but what can you give me that we haven't seen in such a long time? Or like, I feel like that's what we're missing from music today is that stuff that we haven't seen or that we miss seeing or just something new and exciting. Music has become so what's the word? It's become like predictable. Like everything's predictable. Everything sounds the same. I don't hear anything new. I don't hear like that's what I'm saying. I want something so out of this world. And I feel like if there's anybody who's not scared and who has the resources in the fan base to do it, one of the biggest fan base out there is you. Like, come on now. Let's step up. Let's show them how we do it. And come on, let's do it. Black Lives Matter. Next up, we got Kim K. Okay. It's time for our Kardashian takeover. So with Kim K in the Balenciaga deal and everybody feeling the need to give their opinion, say something, say she needs to say something, she doesn't. Just because you want somebody to do something doesn't mean that they are entitled to do something that I have to do something. And I just feel like, oh, that's another reason why I don't want to mess with her. Don't mess with her. I'm so tired of people saying this is the reason why I don't like this person, or that's another reason. I'm so tired of seeing that in comments, or just so tired of seeing that post. And that's why I followed a whole lot of people on Instagram. Because if you do not bring impactful stuff to my life, or you're always fighting, you're always complaining, you're always just down, like not down in a depressive way, but like you're just genuinely not happy person. Like you're not a happy person. You're not a genuinely nice person. Like I don't care to have that energy around me. And Kim did eventually respond, and she said, I took some time to think and talk to Balenciaga. And that's the thing. You guys want her to see something and automatically make a response. Legally, people cannot do stuff like that. But y'all don't understand because y'all pocket's not big enough. But that's a whole different conversation because, see, that's a different tax bracket for you. Let me tell you something. When you're in contracts and you do brand deals with people, you can't just speak out against it. Oh, she got the money. That's not important. That's not important. Let me tell you something. You worry about your family and let me worry about mine and building my generational wealth over here. What you doing got nothing to do with me. What you doing over there has nothing to do with me. Because I promise you, at the end of the day, this lady just finalized a divorce, building empires, taking care of 4 children, in law school, doing brand deals, doing fashion weeks. Like, this woman has a life. You guys, yeah, y'all may be background noise in the background, because that's what y'all do in the background while the rest of us up here living our peaceful life. It's just not affecting her. Like, we can hear you, we see you, like, hey, but we're not going to give it attention. And I think, and I'm not saying like, when I say we, not saying like I'm on the same space as Kim, but like the same frequency as her, I definitely am, because I hear how she's been talking lately in like her interviews. And that's another thing. Congrats to the Kardashians on coming back to like more mainstream. And I think Hulu gave them that. I feel like Keeping Up with the Kardashians boxed them in and it was so drama filled. And this new show is so different. And it's serious, but it's also more docu-series. And I think anyways, because that's how I was about to spill something. But anyways, there's so much going on, and these people come out here and give their all. Hold on. I forgot what I was saying before. But these people come out here and give their all to, give you guys brands after brands, looks after looks, and hate them or love them, or any celebrity of that matter. When you step into these roles and you get these brand deals, it's just not that easy to say, okay, I'm going to cancel them or I'm going to cut them off. It's not. And I feel like that's where it comes to the point where we're all just at different places and different frequencies. And that's why I say I'm vibing at the same frequency as Kim. Like, I hear how she says, I just want peace. I just want to be happy. Like, what brings me happy, what brings me peace. That's all I care about. Anything else, I don't give it attention. And that's how I am. Anything else, I just don't care about, because at the end of the day, you're going to talk. You're going to give your opinion. You're going to talk of some more. You're not going to like me. I'm not going to care. Like, nothing changed. You get, like, I'm not doing stuff that nothing changes anymore. It's either this is where I'm at in my life. I'm with peace, just working on me. And anybody who comes into my life, I need you to like, you don't have to be in school. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to you could be a high school dropout for all I care, but you have to have a vision, because I feel like with me, I can pull anything out of anybody. I can help you put together anything. But like, coming into my life, and even me and Gianna was sitting down and we were talking about this the other day, and I was like, Gianna, what do you want out of life? And, we had a whole conversation, and we were, just talking about something. It was a very great conversation, because we've never really had that conversation in almost a whole year of being friends. We've never really talked about like what she wanted out of life. And like, obviously everybody knows what I want. Like, but I sat down and I talked to her, and I was just like, I was just thinking about you the other day, and like, what does your want out of life? Like, what interests you, what excites you? And it's so interesting, because sometimes that's all people need, is somebody to be there to say, hey, you got the power in you to do whatever you want to do. And so I'm glad that I could just be there for her. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just got to find your own peace and happiness, find what you want out of life, and everything else will just come full circle for you. And I think that's where Kim is at. And that's where Kim's at. And she addressed it. And when she addressed it, I felt like everything was nice. Everybody was like, oh, shut the hell up. That's all I got to say. Shut the hell up. Moving on to the next one. Kanye versus Trump 2024 presidential race. Like, I just really want to know, is this serious? Like, like, last time we didn't think Kanye was serious, so I feel like we should think he's serious this time. But also at the same time, these two, like, running, like, yeah, they ran at the same time last time, but this time it's like, oh, y'all about to go at it. Like, I just want to see how this is going to turn out, because it's going to be comedic relief that some of us need in our lives right now. But also at the same time, I think it's making a mockery of what the political system is. It's making a mockery of what needs to be done and what attention needs to be brought to. And nothing to any Trump supporters out there. I feel like at the end of the day, if you can't look at me and agree to disagree on politics, that's the one thing I will never argue anybody down on, because that's one thing. Politics and religion, we can agree to disagree and leave it at that. And many people say they can't be married to like a different. For one, I'm. Should I tell you? I mean, I don't care. I'm an independent, but I used to be a Democrat. But I feel like I see both sides of certain things, so I just went independent. Call it easier. I make my own life. I define my own destiny. So nobody else has that power to tell me or put me in a box. I'm in my own box. Oh, we going to church today. Y'all like that one. Y'all like that one. But anyways, like I feel like we're making a mockery of the whole political justice system. And I'm tired of it. I'm over it. Because for one, we have Biden. And I love Biden. I voted for Biden. But Biden is 80 something, or is he 80? That man is old. Like, and why nobody told me this man was this old? Like, I feel like I was duped. Like, this man is old. Y'all, I'm so sorry because that was loud in my ear. But y'all, Biden is old, old. Like, did everybody, like, hold on, when was this a conversation and nobody said, Jay, he old, old? I was like, this man is old. Wow, that's crazy. But like we have this man this old. I mean, I should have done my everything else was lining up. And why did I just not look at this man age? That's the one thing I did not look at when I was doing deep dive research on everything. Also, because I feel like I didn't give Biden, like I did research on like what his stances was, what he wanted to, make a difference is, but also we had already seen Biden. So I feel like us looking back, it was like, we know him. This Uncle Bye. Come on, Uncle. It was more of that situation. I mean, but it was the best of the two are evils. I mean, come on. It was the best of the two are evils at this point. And we got a female vice president and made history. Like, come on. Divine Night, like we're doing something, blacks. We doing so. That's why I wore my black today. That's why I wore my black today. And again, this isn't even on my list, but we're gonna jump into this before we go into media hottest moments from the last couple of weeks. Black Panther over 600 million box office tickets already. Congratulations, like Black, and I still haven't seen it, y'all. Don't throw. Now, you see, let me just get my water in my white people cup and leave the barbecue at this point because y'all finna kick me out. I haven't watched it yet because, for one, I was so freaking busy. But people have been giving me like I've cried, I didn't cry, and mentally, like since I've started opening up to like self love and like becoming my better and higher self, I am like genuinely like more emotional than ever. I'm a Cancer, so but like y'all, I can see a dog in us, like a cute dog, and I'm over here crying. I'm like, I've never been this in tune with my feminine side in my life. Like my emotions are at an all-time high when I tell you guys I'm so happy with life also. And I'm just happy, y'all, this happy. Hey, fly. But anyways, one second. I'm just trying to decide, like, do I want to? Because I have a Fire Stick, so I could watch it here, but it's not on the Fire Stick yet. And I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm not talking about y'all people with the Fire Stick that y'all movies still be looking like, the ones we got from the bootleg man back in the day. But ain't nothing wrong with that. We all like just a little good old bootleg movie, and y'all know it. Y'all know it. And if you don't know about the bootleg man coming in his car and your mama asking you what movies y'all want for the weekend, see, if y'all don't know about that, I'm sorry, you just didn't have a great childhood. If y'all didn't know about the bootleg man or the CD man, the CD man, the CD man, if y'all didn't know about the CD man, and if y'all like in West Palm Beach, Florida, the 45th Street, I didn't even have to finish it. I ain't even have to finish it. I ain't even have to finish it because y'all all knew. Y'all all knew where I was going. Y'all, and if you don't know, then you just don't know. You just don't know. That's it for Jay Unfiltered today, guys. Let's jump on over to media's hottest moments over the last couple of weeks since I've been out. And coming in at number 5, Michael Rainey Jr., come on, you come to the front of the class because we're going to need you to sit your ass down. Because, see, you're doing too much now. You're doing too much, and you turn it into that old Tyreek that, you turn it into 50. You turn it into 50, and we love 50. But we don't need you to be 50, okay? So we gonna need you to sit down. That's what we gonna need from you. Because ain't nobody told you to go on Instagram, go on Twitter, and call out these people up there at stars. Didn't nobody tell you that? Didn't nobody tell you that at all? And let me tell you, appreciate where you are at every moment of your life because you'll never know when you can get it back. And that's not, I just wanted to say that in general because I got, my little saying. So I just wanted to say that in general. But Michael Rain Jr., honestly, I feel like you're a star. You are one of a kind. I feel like your acting is like the way he's able to touch and speak and like he's a fantastic actor and I will never take that away from him. And one day I hope to work with Michael actually. But at the same time, no matter what it is, and I understand how you come from a standpoint, being on a star on the show, everybody still looks at you. So it's hard for you to really make a move without everybody, saying shut the hell up or like what you doing or what we doing before we jump into the stars. Like we was already like I know I seen that and I was like, okay, let me gas up the car. We going over to the stars headquarters. They trying to cancel it. What's going on? So we checking in on that. But 50, this is what I want to say to you. We need to call a family meeting. We need to get everybody else together because y'all been acting out for a while over there at Stars in the Power universe. I don't know what's been going on between Force and Power Book 2, but we need to get it together because with Tommy Braden and all this, and then it's a lot. And we need to let's wrap that on up, okay? Let's wrap that up. Moving on next to number 4 of the media's hottest moments, Ellen exits from Grey's Anatomy. Now, we still do have the winter season, or it's either the winter or spring season premiere, mid-season premiere, that will be her exit episode, and then she'll be back for the finale. But her exit episode is one episode away, and she wrote the most heartfelt message ever, and it was definitely really sweet. This one is hard for me because Grey's Anatomy has been a show that has given me courage, that has given me happiness, it's given me tears, it's given me lessons. But ultimately, for the last, I want to say 7 years, 5, 6 years, it's like 5, 6 years, this show has really just touched me in a way that I don't know. It's my comfort show in a way. And so Ellen, Bailey, and Richard, if y'all don't watch it no more, then we don't care. We don't care. I don't want y'all to just skip over this. Don't skip over it because we want our retention rate good. But, mute it for something. I'll tell y'all when we go into the next one. But anyways, this show, with those last 3 there, it was, for me, it still was not like nothing changed because I love the way Grey's does it. They phase new people in while a lot of the older people or people that we've been with for a couple of seasons are still around. So it's like you're not going to feel like, oh, we're starting completely over. And I feel like Ellen, you should have finished the whole season, to be honest. You should have never cut the season in half. I think bringing in this new class and all that is great, but I feel like a full season of really dragging and wrapping up this your story, because I feel like there's no justice that you can wrap up 19 basically like 20 years in 8 episodes, 9 episodes. I don't think that's possible. I think, and you don't even, and especially when it's not all dedicated to you, the longest running person on here. Well, ain't that something? How is Bailey and Richard going to be the longest running 2 people on Grey's Anatomy? Execs, come here. I got an idea. So we already got all this going. So I say this is what we do. I say I feel like on the season finale, Richard should retire. Okay, I feel like Richard should retire. He should be done. Him and Catherine, because Catherine right now we got this whole cancer scare. We don't know what's going on. So I feel like he should retire to really spend him and Catherine to really spend the rest of their lives happily in love and whatever that may look like for them and to enjoy each moment. Because even though he just came back from the 6 months, like he found something in that. And I feel like that's what he should really get back in touch to and really should enjoy. And with Bailey, I feel like the residents, like her arc of it all, I feel like we should make, I don't think she needs Chief back. I feel like we should give her the resident department. Let's do that. Let's give her the resident department. And I feel like we should leave with Addison as Chief. I'm just saying. to think about it, hold on now. You would have a full like dominatrix of female powerhouse up in there. Grace, y'all put me on the payroll for the mic was going on. I'm so sorry. This is ghetto around here. Anyways, let's move on to number 3. Charli D'Amelio. Charli D'Amelio wins Dancing with the Stars. Congratulations for one. And to all the haters, because there's some people saying, I don't think that's fair. It's rigged. She has dance background. Ballroom dance and dance background is 2 completely different things. I will give it to people on her contemporary. Did it push her? Did it not? We will never know. But everything else, I genuinely do feel like it was hard. I feel like, yes, she may have known that had the drive and determination already because she's used to dance. But like learning ballroom is very hard and it's not easy. So congratulations to you, Charli, and forget the haters, honestly. Next up, we have Lil Kim arrested, suspect of Takeoff's death. I really do want to take a second because this is my first time back since since Takeoff's death. So definitely want to say rest in peace. And I want to touch on how much of an impact I think Migos made in this industry. You guys know I love music. I love rap. And I talk about it so much. And the last couple of seasons, we really were talking about like the difference impacts and the way people came in the game and changed it. And I like to focus on that. I don't care where we love where you're going because but I don't really care about so much the full story. I care about what did you do to change this game so monumental that they didn't let you in the door, you kicked down the doors. And I feel like that's what everybody that's a big powerhouse in music today, they were not let in. They had to kick the doors down and let themselves in somehow, some way. And that goes for anything in life. I don't believe that you will ever have an open door to anything but your house. Come on now. I don't believe that you will ever have an open door to anything but your house. Everything else you will be locked out of. And if you want to get in, you're going to have to fight and claw your way to get into. Not everything's going to be a hard fight, but it's going to be a fight. You may have to answer a couple questions or do a little 1-2 jump and skip, but it's going to be a fight. No door is promised to be open for you without you putting up the work for that door to be open. Whether that's putting your hand on the handle and twisting it, that's work that had to be done for the door to be open. And I think that's what people forget is that we all have passions, dreams, desires, but only the toughest, only the people who are willing to sacrifice everything can ever make it. And I didn't even realize until just now in this moment that the last 8 months of my life, I've sacrificed everything to get to where I am today. And I can promise you that I'm better and happier because of it. I sacrifice being around family. I sacrifice knowing that I don't align with some of my family. I sacrifice knowing that sometimes life happens and sometimes you may lose something. Sometimes it may come back. But either way, you have to be strong for you. I sacrifice months and months and months off of this podcast, a year off of YouTube to become my best self, my highest self, and look where I'm at today. Sacrifices have to be made, but you will ultimately reach where you need to reach to. Takeoff's death was not in vain. The legacy that this man leaves as the best rapper in that group, if we're going to be completely honest now. But I don't want to say anything like that to try to cause rift or nothing because this is not the time for that. But somebody who was such a powerhouse and such a strong rapper who changed the way that music was listened to. Takeoff came up with the flow. And I remember years ago, hearing that in interviews and I'm like, yo, he's smart. Like nobody's doing this. And to be taken away from us like this, the violence it just has to stop. What's the point anymore? What are you getting out of it anymore? Why do you care? I just don't understand. No, I don't understand. Like, worry about yourself, worry about what makes you happy and live your life. None of None of this other stuff matters. I, we have to stop taking people away from their families, away from their children, away from their wives, husband, whatever that may be. We have to stop doing it. Rest in peace, Takeoff. And coming in at number one, we have America Music Awards. Chris Brown canceled, not canceled. They canceled his performance at the American Music Awards. I'm so sorry, guys. My mind's still on that. But Kelly Rowland presented him his award. He wasn't there, so she accepted it on his behalf. People booed, and she, said, I don't care about that. I don't care. What y'all not gonna do is try to keep a man down when they've done nothing but time and time again proven why they have become who they become. You know? Hold on, wait, hold on. I'm so sorry, y'all. I was saying that, and I'm like, I know this don't sound right coming out, but I was so in the moment. I'm sorry. Before I move on, I just have to say this. My condolences really do go out to Quavo and Offset right now, and I really do hope that no matter what it was, or even if there was something, this is none of our place, that you guys can really come together and do something to honor him, which I know y'all probably will, but I'm sorry, I just had to get that off, and that was in my head when I was trying to talk about Chris Brown. That's why it all got blurred, but that's what I want to say. But back to this. What was I saying again? No, I didn't forget what I was saying about y'all. We are back. So like, I know I'm back because I get so excited, I get sidetracked, y'all. But anyways, Chris Brown has time and time again, I feel like, paid for this crime and proven that he's worthy of being respected. He's worthy of being, honored with the awards. I feel like we need to stop trying to beat a man, and especially stop trying to beat a man while he's down, you know? And that's what I don't like. Like, they already canceled the man's performance, and y'all gonna say, boo, bitch, shut up. Like, I just want to slap you. Like, and I'm so sorry to keep screaming in this mic, but that's what I be feeling like. Shut up. Like, you want attention so bad. But your man cheating on you with Sally Sue from down the street. That's it for Media's Hottest Moments for this week, guys. I hope you guys like the first two segments so far. So mixing it up a little bit, I see that you guys probably have noticed there's no hot topics at all. Hot topics is Jay Unfiltered now. And it's just going over a couple of things that I think is the most important out of all the hot topics that I do save. So I still do save hot topics, but then I, put them smaller into Jay Unfiltered. And then Media's Hottest Moments is just taking some moments that I thought was important and breaking it down and talking about it with you guys. So, anyways, I love you guys so much. My name's Jalen Tavon, and I just always want you guys to remember that no matter what in life, you can do and achieve anything you want.